Overbidding on real estate is really frustrating for everybody, but especially buyers. There's this old adage, if you find a house you like and can afford, you buy it. Unfortunately, it's just not that easy anymore. First, if you find a house that you like, typically the agent has a stack of disclosures you've got to sign. Listing agent has a stack of disclosures you got to sign off before they'll even entertain your offer, put it in the pile. So then you got to go through all the trouble writing an offer, get your loan broker pre-approval. If you don't bid high enough, of course you don't get it, and then you're back on the streets looking for a new house, surfing the internet. If you do get it, and maybe you paid too much, hard to say. From a listing agent, the game's pretty simple. You just price it really low, you get a bunch of action, get a bunch of buyers bidding on it. It's the old psychology 101, greed and fear of loss, where they want to get in and they're afraid of losing yet another deal. Multiple offers really isn't anything new. In the 80s, we buyers agents would go and we'd sit in the living room of the house that our clients are bidding on, and we'd all sit and chat while the listing agent and the sellers evaluated all our offers, and then they'd chase us all out, and one would get that call saying, hey, you got the house. The rest of them, hey, I'm sorry, but you didn't make it. And off we go to the races again. But these buyers in the market now, it's new to them, and it's very frustrating. So I'm trying to do a video on how to educate buyers so they don't have to learn it the hard way over and over again. And I found I went to a seminar by Carol Rodoni, who's the Bay Area real estate insider guru, economist for decades. And she's got some good stuff I want to share with you, so just check this out.
So then she asked me one last question, and she said to me, well, I know one thing. She said, you have earthquakes in California. Doesn't that affect the value of real estate? And doesn't that scare you? I said, yes, we do have earthquakes, and we're all looking forward to the next one. Oh my gosh, she said, you can't say that. I said, I just did. Yes, I did. She said, well, why would you say such a thing? I said, because then, if what would happen, we could be divided from the United States of America. And we could be our own country. We understand how to run the world, and we know where we're going, and the rest of the place is all fouled up. So at the end of the day, that's really good for us. So those are some things that I'm sure that you're getting. So I want to talk now a little bit about your markets, if I can, and about what I think real estate is going to do. I mean, I kind of like to look at the markets, three markets: the entry market, the middle tier, and the high end. So let's look at the entry market. The entry market, is hot, hot, hot. It's still very competitive. You have not much inventory. You have a lot of buyers. Everybody is running there trying to get in. Now, here's the thing I think that we have to do there. It's very important to educate buyers in an entry market, because they need to understand what they're going to face and what they need to do to help you get them the house that they would like. Because I think here's what happens. I have agents telling me all the time, I've been out on 4 deals, Carol, with these people, and we never won at the table. And my answer to them is, then you're not prepping them correctly, because you're not telling them what they need to do and what they have to do in order to get into this area and this neighborhood. So I think it's real simple. They have to be ready. Ready, I mean this. Ready. We're going out today. We're going shopping. I hope you have the loan and I can see that it's been approved. There's suitcase in a cash, in a suitcase. We're going to go out. We're going to come back. We found the house we like, and we're writing the contract today at 4 o'clock this afternoon that we can then submit. That's ready. Ready is an, oh yeah, we're ready. Now we're going to go get the loan. Now we got to find the money. Now we got to ask mom and dad for a gift. Now we're going to start the process. You don't do that in the entry market. You have to be ready, okay? They have to be willing to understand a couple of things. And here's what they have to be willing to understand. The first thing is, we're going to go out, we're going to see these properties, and here's a property listed, let's say at $600,000, probably don't have any here by that, but $600,000. And you know what? That's not the right price. Well, then why is it listed like that? Because they're doing that because they can. Because what they're doing is they're listing it below market, because that gets more people to come. It gets a lot of buyers, it gets a lot of bidders, and it pushes the price up. So the first thing is, mentally, you have to stop at the $600,000 and say, I know that's not right. Now, I can't show you anything that's going to show you exactly where the right price is, because an appraisal will never get there. The comps that you have are changing hourly because it's a fluid market. So I can kind of show you something that maybe just sold and maybe get you where I think we should be. So I think that the right price should have been $650 or $660. So let's just say that's the right price. Do you want to pay $660 for this house? Because if you're not willing to start's the right word, then we can't be here. We got to go someplace else. Okay, we'll do $660, all cash, and 10-day close. Now we've given you all the power. Well, you've given me a lot of power, except for one thing. If we are sure there's going to be other bidders, now we go through the process of real estate into what I call a competitive war. Because that's exactly what it is. It's war. I win, you lose. It's very simple. I get in there, I'm going to have the best bid with the least terms and conditions. I'm going to do what it's going to take, and I'm going to wipe you out of the water. That's it. Are you willing to understand that we cannot stop at $660? So now how do we determine where we go? Well, we sort of know that the last house that sold here sold, and it sold for, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so we have a price. And we know that there were 7 bids on that property. We didn't know before, but now we know. Somebody got it. 2 people backed out of the market because they're discouraged. That still leaves 4 people that are out there looking, and us. So now we're still 5 people. So now here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the basically location of the property, its condition, how much other inventory there is, what do we think is going to be the profile of the other bidders, and that's going to help us come up with a percentage number above 660 that we have to be at. The higher these things are, the nicer the condition, the more and nicer the location, the more potential buyers that you think will be out of there. The fact that there's no other inventory and you're the only one out there bidding for this house with 4,000 people, then you know you can go from 3 to probably even 15% up in the price. But here's what I think I know. If this house was listed at $650, that's where it should have been listed. I'll bet you they listed it at $600,000 to get it into a competition. That's number one. The second thing is the agent that listed it knew it should have been at $650. And I think what they said to the seller, you know what's going to happen to this house? The 6 is going to turn into a 7, and you're going to get $700,000 for your property. I guarantee you that's the thinking. Therefore, what you need to say to your buyers, we're not going to get it, because all these ones I hear say, but we went to 689, we went to 690, and we didn't get it. Of course you didn't get it, because anything with a 6 they threw in the garbage. What the seller was looking for was a 7. Anything with a 7, they're going to respond to. Now, 700, great, that may get it for you. Maybe it has to be 710. Well, why would I do that? You just told me that 660 was the right price. That's fair. Why would I pay an additional $40,000 or $50,000? Because you are paying for value today that you're going to get tomorrow. And you have to be assured that that's going to happen. Well, how do you know that, Carol? Because it's the entry market. We have no inventory. There is going to be no more inventory. Builders aren't building there because they can't afford to build there. And I would ask you this question. How many of you in this room were born in California? Oh, nice. How many of you came from someplace else? Ooh, a lot. Of those of you that came from someplace else, would you like to go back where you came from? No, am I missing that? Am I missing that hand up? Okay, so therefore, hello? People are here. People are coming. Somebody said to me, oh, Carol, 60,000 people left California last year. I said, oh, thank God, I wish 100,000 had left. You know what the statistics show us? By 2030, 1 million more people are coming here. After that, by 2040, 2 million will be here, creating 1 million more jobs. So you're going to tell me the entry market isn't going to be appreciating? Of course it's going to appreciate, because that's where everybody has to start. And of course we have no more land. So they have to be able to be assured that they will have value, and that value will be coming to them. And we know it's going to be double-digit appreciation in that tier anyway. So sellers there have all the aces. They died and went to heaven. It's buyers that don't get it, and they need to get it. And you need to get it for them, because otherwise what's going to happen is you get fired. That's exactly what happened. On the 4th deal, they look at you and they say, you know what? Another person got this house. You didn't. So therefore, you don't know what you're doing. I think you do know what you're doing. I just don't think we're telling them in a nice way. This is what it takes. It's called a competitive market. This is what it's about. This is a market that I believe is going to stay that way for the next at least 3 or 4 or 5 years, okay? Because that's just the way it is. That's your basically entry market. Now the middle tier is totally different.
Keep in mind, Carol is talking about the San Francisco Bay Area in general, which is a pretty wide spread marketplace, and also each area has its own neighborhoods, it has its own price ranges, it has the low end, well, the entry level, and has the mid-range prices, has the high-end prices, and not all of the houses are going to actually end up in overbidding. Sometimes they price it right in the first place, and sometimes they're just special. So my advice is get good people working for you that really know the local neighborhood, know the local agents. A lot of us old-time insiders got a lot of connections and a lot of secrets that we could put to work for you. One secret, it's probably not even, it's a pretty bad one actually. An agent had a house that's worth $600 all day long, put it on at $399. He got 80 offers and sold it for like $625. Well, that meant 79 buyers were very disappointed. Just basically wasted their time. Also, did he represent the seller by not sharing it to the marketplace? Yes, he made more money by representing the buyer and the seller, but did he do his seller any favors by not putting it on the market to expose it to the whole market? Another big question is what's going to happen in the future, because the market will end. It does go in cycles, and the overbidding will stop and prices will slow down at some point. So, and I'm working on that video right now, and it'll be out here really soon. So please look for it. Please like the video, share, comment. Please ask questions. Please help us help you so you can make the most informed and wisest decisions in your real estate. So thanks for watching, and take care.